Did you know your child has approximately 1,892 days from the day they are born until they enter kindergarten? What happens on this journey lays the foundation for their school and life success. Consider enrolling your child in an early care or an educational program whose level of quality exceeds Ohio's child care licensing standards. That's TLC Learning Center, the foundation to educational and life success. Call us today.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their three-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Mary's. Give them a call today. Established in 1953, R.J. Burke Insurance Agency has grown into a full-service insurance agency. Looking for auto insurance? R.J. Burke Insurance Agency has you covered. Commercial, business, farm, and home insurance? R.J. Burke Insurance Agency has you covered. Life, motorcycle, or watercraft insurance? R.J. Burke Insurance Agency has you covered. Give R.J. Burke Insurance Agency a call today at 419-394-3381 or stop in at 121 North Wayne Street in St. Mary's for a no-cost, no-obligation review of your current policy. R.J. Burke Insurance Agency in St. Mary's. They've got you covered. Since 1981, Plus One Professionals has serviced St. Mary's and the surrounding area and are ready to meet your real estate needs. They know the real estate market and can help you. Whether you're moving in, moving out, or around the area, Plus One Professionals are ready and eager to help you sell or buy your new home. They operate with the highest level of professionalism, expertise, and honesty as they help make your real estate dream a reality. Call Plus One Professionals at 419-394-7402 in St. Mary's today. Midway Trailer Sales is your one-stop for all your trailer needs. Whether you're towing across town or across the country, let Midway Trailer Sales' 23 years of experience put the right trailer behind your vehicle. Midway Trailer Sales is dedicated to delivering the best products to their customers. Midway Trailer Sales, located at 14275 Glenwood, New Knoxville Road in St. Mary's. Stop in and see them or give them a call at 419-394-4408 today. Midway Trailer Sales in St. Mary's.
Welcome to Grand Lake Health System Court, where Rider Nation Station is once again bringing you boys varsity basketball. My name is Doug Spencer, alongside me, Mike J. Mike, you were brought back by special request. The only J to be brought back by special request for back-to-back nights.
That's duly noted. I assume since I was invited back, that means that we didn't lose any subscriptions.
We did not.
Overnight.
We did not. And we've gained with KJ commentating and Derek and you. So we greatly appreciate the Jays for their willingness to help out Rider Nation Station broadcast basketball and utilizing their basketball acumen as well as their gift to talk.
Glad to be here, Doug.
So this isn't quite the thrill in Manila, but we've got a big-time matchup as we're preparing. We're not quite there for tournament time, and no better big-time matchup than having an intra-county contest right in front of us.
You got the leaders of the MAC versus a top-tier WBL team. Last night, Minster knocked off Fort Recovery at the Fort Site Fieldhouse, which is never easy to do. They knocked them off 48-45, even though Fort led most of the game. That clinches at least a share of the MAC title for Minster. Next week they play at Coldwater at the Palace. If they can win that game, they will win an outright MAC title. I was telling you before the game, it's kind of shocking. Minster has 37 total state titles at their school.
Wow.
But this would only be the second boys basketball title. The first one was in 1975.
That's a even much longer dry spell than what St. Mary's has had for a league title, which was a three-way in 1980-81, I think, season.
Yep. And then we won one in 2005.
Yep.
Last one was 05.
That's correct.
Adam John's team.
That's why we bring you along, to keep me straight here. So we've got the St. Mary's Memorial Rough Riders with a 13-3 overall record, 4-2 in WBL play against the 15-4 Minster Wildcats, who are 8-0 in the MAC under the direction of Coach Michael McClurg. Now, MJ, something that's kind of interesting, we have 9 common opponents. And that's kind of easy to figure out because they're in the MAC, and that's our second schedule there.
We literally play the entire MAC. That's our off-season schedule pretty much.
Of the 9, only 2 are not MAC common opponents, and that would be Spencerville and Wapakoneta. If we're Venn diagramming this out, there's going to be a lot of commonality in the middle between both teams that we play. Maybe some outliers. We believe they're going to start all seniors. And we have 2 seniors and a junior and a sophomore and a freshman. So there's going to be a little bit of a difference, but there's a lot of similarities between these teams.
Yeah, the biggest similarity I would say is you have 4 outstanding big men that are going to be on the floor. The Nixon brothers for Minster are both double-figure scorers and close to double-figure rebounders. They're very athletic, very big and long. They score, they rebound, they block shots. And, of course, we have a lot of size in the middle as well. So it'll be interesting to see the 2 bigs from Minster matching up with the 2 bigs from us. They also have several very streaky three-point shooters. St. Mary's has very streaky three-point shooters. So a lot of similarities, a lot of experienced players on the court tonight.
And I think the three-prong facet that's been successful for St. Mary's when they're really playing well, that inside-outside game with our bigs, back to our perimeters, but also we've got a couple players that can attack the basket. And when Jaden Davis and when Latre can attack the basket, they're very good at putting it up and over and in the rim, or with the quick distributions to the big man to score. So it's going to be interesting to see how this St. Mary's Memorial Rough Rider team comes out against the Minster Wildcats tonight. MJ, we were talking about increasing our viewership, and proud to announce that we have the youngest viewer that's enjoying Rider Nation Station. Miss Ruby Lehman is watching. Chad and Leslie's newest addition is watching Rider Nation Station tonight. So thanks
Ruby's
to the
house.
Lehmans, and congratulations to Chad and Leslie. That's a very neat story right there. And we are preparing for the national anthem here at Grand Lake Health System Court. We are going to be bringing you the introduction of cheerleaders and players afterwards, but we're going to go ahead and take a listen to our sponsors, and we'll be back right after this.
Midnet Media is passionate about helping make their clients be successful. Marketing your business has never been more complicated than it is today. Websites, branding, search engines, social media, print email campaigns, and the list goes on and on. Midnet Media is a solution-oriented marketing agency with a passion for highlighting what makes your business distinctive. We provide marketing strategies that help tell your unique story. Call 419-628-1340 or check out their website at midnetmedia.com and let them help you tell your story.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and then Fowler's TV would be great for anyone.
St. Mary's Eagles 767 is dedicated to promoting the general welfare of the citizens of St. Mary's by giving special attention to public improvements. They are also committed to helping meet the public needs and all that relates to the betterment, convenience, and comforts of the citizens of St. Mary's. For more information on how you can become a member, call 419-394-3257 or stop in during business hours at 404 East Spring Street in St. Mary's. St. Mary's Eagles 767, people helping people.
All righty, back here at Grand Lake Health System Court, a couple updates before we get into the starting announcements. Our 8th grade girls were victorious today, and they are in their tournament play. They won 53-34. Top scorers for St. Mary's, Reese Rabel puts 20 points in that contest. Stella Wayner with 12, and they will play Glandorf on Saturday. The 7th grade girls had a bye, and they played Defiance on Tuesday, as long as I remember to pick them up on the bus and take them there to that game. The freshman boys, they played the first of 3 games today, and they defeated Minster 59-39, and have had a few questions as to who won the JV contest, and that was your St. Mary's Memorial Rough Riders. They held on to win 49-42, and Sullivan put in 28 points in that JV contest. You can't really see Michael J. and myself right now, but we're both wearing dark blue. And we're doing that for a purpose, and we're going to clue you in more so at halftime as to why we are both wearing dark blue. And so we hope that you do turn in at halftime. There will be a cheerleaders dance, a few breaks, and then we'll come in and talk about why we specifically are wearing dark blue tonight. Speaking of halftime, if you did not catch yesterday's contest, I invite you to watch the entire game against Bath. But if you just want to take a look at the conversation between Joe Hurlbert and Mike J about the creation of the Boys Hall of Fame and the beautiful board that's been put together for that, go to the 40-minute mark of the contest and you will find that conversation. So here we are with the starting announcements, and Mike, turn it over to you.
Okay, for Minster, they're going to start 5 seniors. These 5 seniors were all letter winners last year on a 16-8 team in the MAC. They're all starting. One of them, their top scorer is Justin Nixon. He's a 6'5" center, about 220 pounds. He's a 3-year letter winner, was first team All-MAC last year. He's averaging an impressive 15 points per game, 10 rebounds per game. He gets 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks a game. He is what Clark Kellogg would call a stat sheet stuffer. Brian Falk is a 6'3" senior wing for Minster, averaging 13 points a game. He slashes, and he also is a 44% three-point shooter, which is second in the MAC, so he is a dangerous wing. At guard, the shooting guard, they start Brady Holscher, who has 23 three-pointers and shoots 34% from the three-point line. Their 2 guards are Eric Schmidt and Adam Kentner. They're both small guards. They both kind of share point guard responsibilities. They both pass first, shoot second type guards. The person who's not starting, coming off the bench, is Johnny Nixon. That's Justin's younger brother. He's a 6'4", 200-pound junior who's averaging 10 points and 8 rebounds a game. So even though he is not starting, you will see Johnny Nixon very quick, and you'll see the brother combination working the paint for the Minster Wildcats.
Thank you, MJ. So there we have the starting lineups, for Minster. For St. Mary's, Latrey Williams, number 0, Jaden Davis, number 5, number 20, Gavin Reineke, 22, Jace Turner, 35, Austin Parks. And again for Minster, number 2, Schmidt, number 4, Falk, number 12, Holscher, number 14, Kentner, and number 42, Justin Nixon. albeit a small crowd, a little bit of electricity for the lineup. And as you mentioned yesterday, too bad that it is COVID with the limitations and restrictions, because this would be a packed contest right now.
Absolutely. You have two streaking teams. Minster has won 5 straight, St. Mary's 6. Minster has won 10 of the last 11, and St. Mary's has won 10 of the last 11. So you have two hot teams, both district to regional caliber tournament teams facing off here tonight.
And the tip was won by St. Mary's. Inside to Parks. Just single man, little scoop to Latre, but his left foot was on the baseline, turned over to the Wildcats.
Something to watch, Rough Rider fans. Minster came out in a straight man, one person playing behind Austin Parks. And so Minster is gambling that Justin Nixon can handle Parks one-on-one. So you got two prime-time post players going to be facing off here.
Justin Nixon, the senior, he's 6'5", going against the 6'9.5" Parks, who almost got a foul. Stepping in the passing lane was Gavin Reinecke. Turnover for the Minster Wildcats. Latre's going to fire up from the left wing, hits the iron twice, no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats, Eric Schmidt. Down the court quickly for the Wildcats. Schmidt at the top of the key, feeds inside to Nixon against Parks. Up, nope. And Parks and Davis miscue, knock it out. Going to be retained by the Wildcats underneath their own basket.
Both big guys take turns missing their first shots, getting used to each other a little bit, feeling each other out in the paint.
Triggered up top to number 12, Hulsher. Point guard for McClurg is number 2, Eric Schmidt, 6-foot guard, senior guard. As was mentioned, all seniors starting for the Wildcats. Possible turnover. Reinecke can't control that one. Back to the Wildcats. Skip cross, get into the hands of number 14, Kentner. Swing over to the right side. Davis working against number 4, Falk. Falk, fade away, short. Davis with the rebound, doesn't know what to do with it. Got by with...
one of the cardinal sins of basketball is jumping in the air before you know where to pass.
But
he got away with it.
Good fortune for the Rough Riders. He did get away with it. And nice feed inside to Parks, but good help side defense by number 2, Eric Schmidt, for the Wildcats to knock it out. That probably would have been a little Dunk City time for Parks.
If he puts a little more loft on that ball is going to be hammered by Austin Parks.
So Davis with the trigger, finds Latre. Latre quick with the shot, no good, follows his own rebound, gets fouled. I've never liked that call. Two people going for the ball. And
I would say play on.
Exactly.
Reward them for both hustling and going after the ball.
So that's going to be a foul on Minster. Their first team foul. Davis to trigger in again to Parks. Hands back to Davis. We're swinging to the top of the key to Latre Williams. Still in the man-to-man defense. One up against Parks. Ball screen, no. Davis goes the other way. And almost a turnover, and it is a turnover. Second turnover for the Rough Riders.
Minster is an outstanding man-to-man defensive team.
Nixon going to work against Parks. Parks wins that battle. Last touch by Parks.
They have defended the pick and roll and the drive both very, very well. Excellent rotations from the weak side to shut off drives and dives by our post players.
Back into the quarterback's hand. Schmidt back inside to Nixon. Nixon trying to go around Parks. Can't do it. Has to kick back out. Oh, nice play by the Schmidt-Nixon combination. Faked the handoff. Parks went to help. Just turned and put it up and in for the Wildcats.
It's one of the benefits of having 5 letter winners out there.
A little bit of team chemistry out there. Slip. A nice read by Parks with the slip from the ball screen and just couldn't get the pass connected from Davis to Parks. But last touch by the Wildcats. Davis will trigger it out underneath his own basket as soon as Steve Trout gives him the basketball. Turner to Davis. Williams trying to find that penetration from the elbow. Rattles in and out. No, and Parks gets called for a push foul as he was trying to gain position for that offensive rebound.
Takes a strong man to throw Justin Nixon to the floor.
So Latre's had 3 quick shots. Hasn't come up empty so far, but
last night he was 3 for 5 from 3, so he probably feels really good about his shot.
Yep.
They all look pretty good.
Exactly.
A couple of them rattled out.
Nixon with a shot fake gets Parks up in the air and is able to get to the hoop. Fortunately for the Rough Riders, he missed.
Very athletic move by the 6'5" post player.
And obviously Parks is respecting his outside shot by biting on that shot fake. Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Good
That's
body control right
time.
there by Parks.
Fake.
Doesn't
spin,
panic.
Half hook. That's a Division I center move right there.
And he is a sophomore, folks. Maturing every day on the basketball court. Inside, back out to Reineke from the corner. Nope. And rebounded by number 14, Adam Kettner. Schmidt, nice look, finds a dunk for Brian Falk. That's good floor vision right there from Schmidt to Falk. And
St. Mary's got caught napping. They were very slow, retreating. Gave up the dunk as a result.
Davis penetration's going to be flipped out by the Wildcats.
Minster's man-to-man pressure is bothering St. Mary's right now. We're having difficulty dribbling and passing against their pressure. Minster's very quick and very physical. Excellent defensive team.
Davis triggers in. Go ahead.
Minster's only given up 41 points per game, which is second in the MAC.
Yeah, it's a lot of denial of any pass, especially the entry pass for the postman. And St. Mary's is just struggling something fierce of getting any continuity in the offense.
St. Mary's guards are trying to make the entry pass a little bit too high on the court. They need to handle the ball a little bit more against pressure and get a better angle to feed Austin. They're three-quartering and fronting him in the post.
Still man-to-man. Reineke working against Schmidt. To Williams.
Tough shot.
And he finds the bank. There's Latre Williams for his first 2 points. And he was working against number 22, Josh Niekamp, who just checked into the contest for Coach McClurg.
Minster has Johnny Nixon in the game now, the younger brother of Justin, who's a very athletic 6'4" forward.
Nice. Nice jam down by Gavin Reineke to double up. And they used to always say, whenever you slap straight down, the referees are going to call it, and that's what we just witnessed right there. Looked clean, but that straight down slap is what always catches the referee's attention.
We have a very veteran crew. You're not going to get away with that against the veteran officials.
There's Niekamp, who just checked in over to Johnny Nixon, into his brother, who works against Parks with the left hand, can't make it work. So far, the battle's been very even between Parks and Justin Nixon.
Stalemate so far.
Yes. Go inside, nice pass. Oh! That was a very difficult grab under that condition and try to put it in, but I really want to focus on that entry pass. We had mentioned that the previous were not very good, but Latre made good on that entry pass by getting it up in the air and allowing him to go up and get it.
Austin Parks is 6'10", Justin Nixon 6'5". Austin Parks a leaper, Justin Nixon not quite as much. So he has a big advantage up in the air. Get it up high to him and let him catch it where Nixon can't get to it.
Justin Nixon gets subbed in for, so he's going to take a little respite on Coach McClurg's bench, as just like yesterday, Parks early goes 0 for 2 on the free throws. We're tied up at 4s. Latre defending against Schmidt. Schmidt with good vision all the way across court. 3 balls, no good. Rebounded by Reineke. Quickly down courts, Latre Williams. Skips over to Jace Turner, just a little too much out of his reach. Another turnover on the Rough Riders.
You have a lot of physicality, a lot of length, a lot of athleticism on both sides. I think a lot of these kids they're encountering defensive pressure in places that they don't usually get it. These are 2 outstanding teams.
And as we said at pregame, you know, if we're drawing a Venn diagram, there's going to be a lot of commonalities in that middle. And we're at the stalemate of 4-4, stalemate with Parks versus Nixon, and probably a stalemate on the number of turnovers for each team thus far in the first quarter. Our crack statistician Kelly J will give us those numbers later on. There it is.
Another high pass.
Nice entry from the right wing to Davis. Gets it up in the air so Parks can go up and get it, and he puts his 4th point in for Coach Hagemeyer. Rebound by Parks, a big-time rebound. There's Davis getting to the hole. Nice body control and strength with the left hand to put that up and in. And that's what we were talking about early in, the inside game, the outside game, and attacking the hoop. 8-4 is the score. 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter at Grand Lake Health System. And that is the American Legion scoreboard, 8-4 Rough Riders.
Johnny Nixon, the junior, attempts to go after Parks, gets stripped.
Trey Williams slowing things down, getting across half court, working against Josh Niekamp. Oh, nice tip in, but Davis is going to get called for going over the back with that tip in. Little bit of uncertainty perhaps from Parks when he did catch the ball as to what exactly he was going to do. And
both Nixons move their feet really well. Some of these spins that Austin is doing, he would normally be much more open than he is now. Again, I think the athleticism, the length of Minster is surprising him a little bit. I think he'll adjust it as the game goes on.
Bowers checks in for St. Mary's as Davis tips it away, tries to chase it down before it goes out of bounds to no avail.
You know, the Parks and the Nixons, they're not used to being challenged in the paint. They're used to having their way in the paint with people. They're not used to hands and arms being up there when they go up to shoot near the rim. It's different.
St. Mary's giving Minster fits with the last few seconds remaining. Nice pass inside from Niekamp to Falk, but Mr. Park says, I don't think so.
Not in my neighborhood.
0.8 seconds to go in this first quarter.
I think that was he sent that one back to Bud's Pizza.
No shot for number 20, Johnny Nixon. So 8 minutes are done. St. Mary's is leading on the American Legion scoreboard 8-4. We're going to take a few commercial breaks and we'll bring you back the second quarter right after this.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
All righty, back here at Grand Lake Health System Court, where your St. Mary's Memorial Rough Riders lead 8-4. We have the Minster Wildcats coming in 15-4. They've lost to Perry, Ottoville, Anna, and Botkins. And St. Mary's 13-3. 2 WBL losses, Shawnee and OG, and they have lost to St. Henry. We said it was going to be a good matchup. Really a good first quarter of play.
With the exception of the turnovers. St. Mary's had 4 turnovers, Minster 3 in that first quarter. They're, again, kind of feeling each other out. I expect things to clean up a little bit here in the second quarter.
Bowers steps into the passing lane. Almost a turnover. Can't make it happen. Working against Falk. Falk inside to Nixon. Nixon goes up and over Parks. 8-6 is the score.
Took it right into the 6'10" center. That was impressive.
Entry pass inside to Parks. Parks with 3 dribbles, tries a turn. Stopped by Nixon. Kicks back out to Williams. Throw it to the wrong hand, but Parks is able to get it and force it up. He's going to go back to the charity stripe and try to make good on these 2 free throws. That second entry pass targeted the wrong hand and resulted in the ball being knocked around.
This could be a major turning point in the game right here, Doug. That's the second foul on Justin Nixon. They're a very different team with him out of the game, especially with Austin Parks inside.
And that is with just 39 ticks off the clock in the second quarter. He's going to have to
Will he
ride some pine time?
Coach McClurg sit him the entire second quarter? I don't think he will, but it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
So Parks makes good on the second free throw attempt. He's 1 of 4 so far from the charity stripe. 9-6 the score for St. Mary's on the American Legion scoreboard. Falk, entry pass into Nixon. Johnny trying to go to work against Parks. Gets double teamed by Davis. Falk, who threw it down earlier, gets to the hole, finds a little shovel pass to Johnny Nixon, who puts it up from about 5 feet and in. Riders lead by 1, 9-8.
Minster is do an exceptional job of sharing the basketball, especially in the paint off drives.
Davis really hasn't seen an outside shot attempt yet. He's forced that one in, and again, he left his feet and kind of got in a no man's position, and turnover for the Rough Riders.
5th turnover already.
Falk fires a left-handed three-pointer, comes up short, rebounded by the Wildcats. Nice box out by Brandon Bowers.
It's not often you have 5 turnovers this early and you're leading by 1 against a team with 15 wins.
And we're not talking full court pressure. It's
No.
just been in a half-court defensive setting. Again, want to give credit to Brandon Bowers doing that little thing correctly of just boxing out and making it so that St. Mary's could have possession of the basketball. Davis thought about it. Now he does. Fire it up. No good. Box out by the Wildcats, and here comes Eric Schmidt, number 2. Down to Falk. Goes inside to Nixon, working against Parks. He kicks it out a little too much. Saves it somehow. And finds it into the trusty hands of the point guard, Schmidt. McClurg doesn't like what he's seeing in that offensive set, so he wants to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll talk to our sponsors.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
All righty, both teams are still discussing things on their respective benches. 9-8 is the score. If you were with us pregame, we mentioned that Mike J and myself, Doug Spencer, are both wearing dark blue and for a purpose. And we are going to talk more about that at halftime. So maybe you have a guess as to the significance of wearing the dark blue, but we will discuss that, and it should be a great conversation at halftime. First, there will be a cheerleader dance, a few commercial breaks, and then we'll come back and talk about the rationale.
Little teaser of the dark
for
blue.
The attire.
Dark blue does involve a former Rough Rider basketball member.
So there you have it, and we're back to action. Falk over the top to Schmidt to the right side, guarded by Williams. So Schmidt, he read that double team, but he just fired it just a little too hot.
Too quick and too hot.
Turnover by the Wildcats. That American Legion scoreboard still reads 9-8 in favor of the Rough Riders. Got Parks out on the perimeter. Pass inside to Davis. Feed inside, little too high from Reineke.
Gavin needed to let Justin settle down in the post a little bit. He got anxious, got him before he got settled.
Number 0, Zach Fortman checked in, makes the entry pass into Johnny Nixon, who's trying to go to work against Parks. He gets stopped from going to work, and he has to kick back out to the corner. Back inside to Johnny Nixon. Faces the basket, becomes a passer to Fortman. Fortman fires it up for a 3-ball, and Minster takes the lead at the 4:35 mark with Zach Fortman's 3-point bomb.
He is typically not a very major contributor for Minster. I think Coach McClurg's trying to find somebody to loosen up our defense a little bit from the perimeter.
There's Turner, finds Reineke on the curl, and he's able to make good from 14 feet. Assist to Turner. Nice curl by Reineke. Reineke's first 2 points of the contest. Kentner Over to Schmidt. Nixon squares up, shoots, rebound by Latrey Williams. Latrey to the right side to Davis. Davis trying to make something happen off the dribble. Hands off to Reineke. Inside to Turner. We haven't called Turner's number much. Turner tries to go to work, and he gets fouled from behind.
Nice move, up and under move. Nice up fake. Goes underneath, attacks the basket, and draws a foul. Great job, Jace Turner.
Fortman gets tagged with the foul. Checking back in is Brady Holscher and number 22, Josh Niekamp for the Minster Wildcats. Not enough on that lob, but when you got the height advantage, you make it work in your advantage. Skip pass to Turner, to Reineke. Are we still in man-to-man? Yep. Parks one dribble, picks it up, finds Davis. Boy, the Wildcat defense is making things very difficult for the Rough Riders. So difficult that Coach Hagemeyer wants to talk things over because there's just no offensive flow whatsoever. So with that timeout, we'll go ahead and take a listen to our fine sponsors that make everything happen on Rider Nation Station.
Did you know your child has approximately 1,892 days from the day they are born until they enter kindergarten? What happens on this journey lays the foundation for their school and life success. Consider enrolling your child in an early care or an educational program whose level of quality exceeds Ohio's child care licensing standards. That's TLC Learning Center, the foundation to educational and life success. Call us today.
All righty, we mentioned in pregame that this was a great intra-county rivalry, great matchup on paper, and it's proven to be so far. 11-11's the score.
Very intense physical game. Going down to Parks on the block.
He goes to work against number 20, Johnny Nixon, his brother, sitting on the bench with 2 fouls. Does nice defense against Austin Parks. Austin comes up short on that. We're under 3 minutes. 11-11 is the score on the American Legion scoreboard.
Boy, Minster does a great job of getting post touches. Every time down the floor, they get 2 and 3 post touches.
The shot was blocked by Parks, but still controlled by the Wildcats. A little too much from Zach Fortman on that 3-point attempt. Riders in transition. See what adjustment Coach Hagemeyer wanted at that timeout offensively. And our crack statistician pointed out that we've got to get our people cleared out because it's allowing that backside help to create havoc for Parks.
I think Jace Turner was heading to the high post there, trying to clear out the backside help to make it more of a one-on-one situation for Austin Parks.
And the nice thing with Jace, if they do sit back and try to help out with Parks,
he can stick
that's a perfect shot for him. So Fortman is going to go to the free throw line. He was fouled, and that was by number 5, Jaden Davis.
Rough Riders guards have to really settle down. They're killing us right now with the poor entry passes. They have to calm down, slow down, let the post guys get set up and give them a pass that they can catch and make a move. We have an advantage in the post, especially with Justin out, Nixon out.
Fortman misses both. Rebound by Jaden Davis. Over to Latrey Williams. Williams working against Josh Niekamp. Williams gets fouled by number 22, Josh Niekamp. And probably would be a little bit of a benefit to run a little more offense and get the spacing that's needed instead of that just quick entry pass down into the post where everything's bogged down and inside the paint. Entry pass inside to Davis. Parks kicks it up top to Turner. Reineke too much.
I think we're in double figures with turnovers right now.
All in a half-court setting.
Yeah.
Reineke's going to take a seat. Bauer's going to come out. And we said, we've had a lot of success because we've had that nice inside-outside presence, but Minster's not allowing us to get an outside shot off
because they're
with the great
playing
defense.
Our post one-on-one.
Pick and roll that's going to work from number 12, Brady Holscher, to number 0, Zach Fortman. That's Fortman's 5th point coming off the bench here in the second quarter.
One thing that could be a little bit of a factor, our guards are used to seeing Austin Parks with 2 and 3 people around him. Now they're seeing him in single coverage, so in some ways I think they're too eager to get him the ball. They can't believe he's getting single coverage, and
that there's a man behind him,
and
that's it. Right there, Mr. Parks said, get me the ball, and I'm going to go to work, and he did, as Davis tries to step into the passing lane.
If they get him the ball in a good position, Johnny Nixon will not stop him in the post.
And keep in mind that Johnny Nixon has the assignment against Parks right now because Justin Nixon is sitting with 2 fouls. At the 7:21 mark, he got tagged with the second foul, and Coach McClurg made the decision to sit him.
Kind of surprised right now that Austin Parks isn't out of the game. He only has 1 foul. I kind of thought he might come out of the game to try to protect him from a potential second foul in the first half.
We're at 30 seconds. Nixon inside, kicks out to Fortman. Fortman has a 3, finds Nixon, blocked by Bowers. Somebody's going to come up with it, and it is the Wildcats. Schmidt over to Kentner. We're at 15 seconds to go. Williams not giving him much space. Schmidt, that is the point guard for the Wildcats. And he's going to be tagged with the foul with 8.3 seconds to go in this first half. Keep in mind, the cheerleaders have a special dance that's going to happen at the conclusion of the second quarter. Take a few commercial breaks, and we're going to talk about the significance of the 2 of us wearing the dark blue and how that impacts a Rough Rider basketball. I'm going to say legend because I can. All right, he's Falk to trigger in.
Minster's going to try to get a little momentum for the second half here.
We're notched up at 13, 5 seconds to go. Schmidt picked up by Reineke, inside to Nixon. No good, and that's after the shot. Oh my, that should be a waiver.
Boy, I do not agree with that. I thought that was after
I am 100% in agreement with you.
The backboard was lit up already when that ball was tipped. I do not think that was good.
But it doesn't matter what we necessarily think. So the American Legion scoreboard reads 15, Minster 13, St. Mary's, and we are at halftime, and we are awaiting the St. Mary's Memorial cheerleaders who are doing a special dance. We will live stream that for you, take a few commercial breaks, and come back. Alrighty, back here at Grand Lake Health System. Great job, ladies. Rider Nation Station has made it a mission, the best that we can, to cover everybody, especially during this crazy COVID year. It's, not everybody gets to come, and we've got limitations, and so we wanted to make certain that we brought that and all the hard work and effort that the cheerleaders put forth for the basketball team. All righty, MJ, so we've been talking with some little bit of teasers that we deliberately wore dark blue for tonight's contest, and that somehow is revolving around a former St. Mary's basketball individual. What is it?
Well, dark blue is the official collar that represents colorectal cancer, and March happens to be colorectal cancer month. The reason we're wearing this is as a tribute to Doug and I's very close friend and mentor, Jeff Janitis. Jeff Janitis was a former coach for St. Mary's for 11 seasons. He was earlier this year diagnosed with colorectal cancer and is undergoing treatments to fight that disease at this point.
And JJ is about halfway through, and so he's fighting the battle in the way that JJ definitely would. I had the pleasure to get to work under him as a coach, but more importantly to me that I got the chance to be coached by JJ, and some just tremendous times. He came my junior year, and we had some interesting games, contests, but the practices were something that I enjoyed but will never forget because it was intense the entire time, and that was just JJ, and he was very intense, but was quick to put the arm around you and lift you back up, and he was definitely there to give you praise when praise was needed. And so, as you said, very close friend, a mentor, and we wish him well. And I think we could probably do an entire couple hours of stories of JJ and coaching. But one of the things we need to point out too is he is the coach that has been here the longest and has the most wins of any coach in St. Mary's Memorial history.
Coached St. Mary's from 1987 to 1998. His 11 seasons here makes him the longest tenured coach. He had 108 wins, which is the most wins in a career for a coach here at Memorial. He had the winningest season with 21. That was in 1993. The 21-6 Rough Riders won St. Mary's only regional title ever and made a state Final Four appearance, playing in front of 13,276 people.
No matter what.
At St. John Arena. His coaching stretch from 1991 to 94 was the winningest three-year stretch in Memorial High School history. They won 16, 21, and 16 in 3 consecutive years for 53 win total. So a lot of records that he holds. He's a Hall of Fame coach here at St. Mary's. There's no doubt about it. Probably the highest praise I can give JJ is if you talk to the veteran mentors of the WBL and the MAC, you will find out he was one of the more respected coaches in the area. And that's the highest praise you can get when your peers acknowledge how fine of a coach you were.
Absolutely, and everybody's going to have a great JJ story, and I think probably one of my favorite stories is JJ loved to have Tic Tacs when he was coaching.
In fact, I did a little research, Doug. It's funny you said that. I'm a Mr. Stat guy and basketball historian here at St. Mary's. We have our normal records, and then we have some other records that we've researched. JJ has the record for the most Tic Tacs consumed in a game, 52, in a season, 563, and in a career, 11,212 Tic Tacs. I want to make it clear that total would have been 25 higher, except in the Salina game at the Fieldhouse, you'll remember this, he took his Tic Tac container and smashed it on the floor, sending 25 miscellaneous Tic Tacs all over the Fieldhouse floor, never to be recovered. He also, the other record I found, Doug, is he's the most prolific kicker in St. Mary's history. The most wooden bleachers kicked. My stats show he had 18.2 wooden bleachers kicked per game, which is why he has Achilles problems. The most trash cans kicked in a history in a coaching career, 16. That does include the infamous Defiance trash can that had a mysterious cement block in the bottom of it, which caused a broken toe.
Which JJ did not have the scouting report on.
He also has the record for kicking the most basketballs in practice at 72. The greatest kick of those cleared 3 metal beams in McBroom Gym and hit Benny Schultz in the head, which ended practice.
Oh, so there's our little tribute to JJ. Coach Jeff Janitis. You know, a lot of St. Mary's fans probably had to pinch themselves that we were sitting in St. John's Arena as Latrey Williams quickly fires a 3, rebounded by the Wildcats, playing in a state semifinal basketball game.
I recently talked to Mike Dietz, who was a teammate of yours in the 80s, point guard for JJ. And his comment when he heard about JJ's diagnosis was that JJ, he's a feisty little dude. He'll kick cancer's butt. And that sums it up. I have no doubt that he will approach it the same way he did his coaching career. And
DT is 100% right. And as we said, JJ's halfway through the treatments, and I think he's on Facebook. So if you want to send him a message, do so. Best of luck, and it was kind of fun reminiscing there a little bit. Riders with a turnover again, and that's been the bugaboo for the Rough Riders as they are now down 17-13. Entry pass inside to Nixon, and gets Parks up in the air, lays it up and in. Boy, within 60 seconds, there's been quite the tide that's turned here.
The experience of Justin Nixon over Austin Parks is showing a little bit here. Justin Nixon's starting to settle down, using fakes, drives.
And he had a lot of time to think about what he needed to do when he came out in the third quarter, because he sat for
entire second quarter,
7 minutes and 21 seconds as Williams attacks. No good, but right there is Parks, and they're going to give him the bucket too. Parks with the offensive putback, and he's got the opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Austin shooting 60% on the season from the free throw line. Be nice to see him cash this in.
So our halftime score was 15-13. We're sitting on 19-15 as Parks dips and he flips. And he bangs it in for St. Mary's' 16th point. They're down 3 on the American Legion scoreboard.
St. Mary's staying in a man-to-man defense. And why not? And why not? They held Minster under 20 points in the first half.
So Falk gets fouled as he makes his way to the basket. Brian Falk, a 6'3" senior, he's going to go to the free throw line. And Falk demonstrated early in the first quarter that he can get to the hoop and hammer it down.
He's an athletic slasher who can shoot the 3 at a 40% clip.
His dunk was pretty amazing because it looked effortless, and when he was going up, I didn't think he was putting it down, and he put it down no problem. This is on the second. Parks with the rebound to Latrey Williams. Thanks to Ann Pranger for the little bit of the chat and information there. Almost a turnover. Reineke's able to find Parks. Parks back to Reineke. They put Solly in, try to get a little bit of outside shooting. He had 28 points in the JV contest. Latrey goes flying down the right side, puts it up. He's fouled. Just trying to find anything to get some offensive continuity.
Shooting from Solly and maybe a little better entry passing. You know, we turned the ball over 8 times in the first half with some very poor entry passes to Parks.
Williams puts that free throw in. As I said, Solly scored 28 points in that JV contest where the JVs won 49-42. And then some of our other scores today, the 8th grade girls won 53-34. Reese Rabel with 20 points, Stella Weiner with 12. They play Glandorf on Saturday. They're in tournament themselves. Nice help side defense by Solly, the sophomore. He steps in front of Nixon and allows Parks to swat it from behind. 7th grade girls had a bye today in their tournament draw. They played Defiance on Tuesday. And this is game 3 here at Grand Lake Health System Court. The freshmen played early and they were able to beat Minster 59-39. The JVs defeat Minster 49-42. And we're stuck here on American Legion scoreboard at 18-19. The Rough Riders trailing by 1. Justin Nixon going to work against Parks. He does so and finds the harm. He has the opportunity for and 1.
Looks like Johnny's found the recipe for combating Parks, and that's to spin and try to drive to the hole and use his lateral quickness to get a shot off.
So Justin Nixon fires it up, puts it in, extends that lead to 4, and that is Justin's 11th point, and he barely played in the second quarter. Williams with a nice step back, puts it up, hard back iron, offensive rebound by Turner. Finds Solly, no. Nice heads-up play by Justin Nixon. Falling out of bounds with that rebound, just throws it as hard as he can at Parks. Ricochets out of bounds. Ball controlled by the Wildcats.
What a good learning experience for Austin Parks. He has not played a center of this quality in his career, his 2-year career with St. Mary's.
Again, good help side D by Sullivan. Stops Nixon in his tracks. Nixon going to work against Parks. What was that, a little lefty that he spun in there against Parks?
Leaned in, got neutralized the leaping ability of Parks and got a shot off. That was an impressive move.
Coach Hagemeyer wants to take a timeout to talk things over, so we're going to take a break as well. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their 3-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
All right, back here, Grand Lake Health System Court. My name's Doug Spencer, alongside me, Mike J. Joe Hurlbert running the camera, Rich Spencer producing, and as always, our go-to guy on the floor camera, student Ross Henshin. We appreciate all of Ross's efforts to make sure that you get all the floor angles. So that is the Rider Nation station staff tonight. We are at 18-24, Minster's favor on American Legion scoreboard. And MJ, we've just really have no outside game at this point, and we need to find that quickly to help with the inside game as well.
It'll be interesting to see if Coach Hagemeyer decides to come out in a different defensive approach against Minster. Nixon scored the last several times down the court. Will they send a double to help Parks in the post? I don't know.
Team third. At the line, shooting 2, Williams.
Williams rattles that one in. That is Latre's 5th point. He's been close on a lot of outside perimeter shots.
He's coming off a 19-point performance last night with 7 assists and 4 steals.
He makes good on that free throw as well. So we come out to the 3-2.
Yep.
To the
That's the answer to Justin Nixon scoring in 3 consecutive possessions. We're going to go to a flat 3-2 defense.
Let's see what
good coaching move
Mr. Falk does here. He's anxious in the corner, wanting the ball.
There's a reason he's won 556 games.
Yep.
And here's a counter punch from Coach McClurg.
And we're not coming out of it. We're just extending it, making them have to attack, and they do. Turner against.
Oh, Jace.
Turner
nice
against Justin Nixon, blocks it, goes out against Jace, but nice step up by the freshman, Jace Turner, against Justin Nixon.
Yeah, that's something that Justin Nixon hasn't seen all year. He gets by a 6'10 guy, and then there's a 6'6 person there to meet him at the rim. That's
nice move. So that's, boy, I wish we could slow that down and replay it, of his body control, and he fakes out to isolate the defense, to freeze them, and then he's able just to go up and in. That's a strong move.
If you watch his upper body, he gets really low with the upper body and gets around him. He gets his shoulders past the defender and then wheels to the basket. A very impressive performance by Justin Nixon offensively. He's going to be a small college basketball player.
Yep, he's put on a nice performance in the first quarter and the third quarter so far. He sat most of the second quarter due to foul troubles.
If I was St. Mary's Hall of Famer Damon Goodwin at Capitol, I might make a phone call tonight.
Good basketball move to the hoop. He just couldn't put it down. St. Mary's finding themselves with a 6-point deficit, 2:20 to go on the American Legion scoreboard. No easy task trying to get the ball into Parks, and that is the other Nixon that's working very hard against Austin Parks. Does go inside, he goes straight up, too much. There's Justin Nixon with the big-time board.
Johnny Nixon did a good job of pushing him off the block, just enough that wasn't a short half hook, it was a 10-foot half hook. That's a lot more difficult from that angle and that distance.
Latrey Williams gets tagged for his second foul.
I don't know about you, Doug. I'm extremely impressed with Minster defensively.
From the onset, they have wing denial, made everything very difficult for St. Mary's to get any type of offensive continuity. Another hard take by Justin Nixon, guarded very well by the freshman, Jace Turner.
He moves his feet, gets his arms up, disrupts that shot.
May have found the matchup that's going to disrupt Mr. Nixon. That's the best matchup right there, is sending back to the Pine for St. Mary's.
He's got 15 points and he's only played quarter and a half, almost 2 quarters.
Yep. And I'd like to know from our crack statistician what our shooting percentage is, because it can't be very, very high. Latrey Williams, he fires a 3 ball, goes down to the ground. He's going to get rewarded with 3 free throws. Latrey with that 3-point shot gets fouled. He can cut the deficit to 3 if he can make good on all 3 of these freebies.
Latrey's shooting 68% on the season.
First one he left short.
Rough Riders have not shot the free throw very well tonight at all.
Second one hard.
Against a tough defensive team, you need to get every point you can get at the free throw line.
Absolutely. Brady Holscher and Adam Kentner check back in for Coach McClurg's Wildcats. Latrey, 3 free throw attempts. The first 2 have been no good. The third one he eyes, he flies, and no good, but it's going to be St. Mary's ball as Fortman and Johnny Nixon fight over it.
As well as Latrey shot last night, he's struggling equally as much tonight.
But he's going to fire a deep 3. Finds it finally. Latrey Williams. He couldn't get the 3 the easy way, but finds it from behind the arc, but easily matched by number 12, Brady Holscher. Still that 6-point deficit.
Holscher's got 25 threes on the season, so he's very capable from the 3-point line.
Still can't get that entry pass into Parks. Good hustle by Jaden Davis, good hustle by Latrey Williams. However, it's still going to go toward the Minster Wildcats. We've got a little bit of confusion on the, allowing time for Brandon Bowers to check in as Gavin Reineke is going to take a seat. Coach Hagemeyer had also tried to use Braden Sullivan to get a little bit of a spark offensively for the Rough Riders early in the third quarter. Braden is on the bench.
So far, we haven't found any answers at the guard position, passing or shooting.
Yep. And the defense by the Wildcats has been second to none.
On the positive side, as much as frustrated as we are and as disrupted our rhythm is, we're still only down 6 points.
Yep. So our defense has been pretty significant as well, just 29 points for the Wildcats. Turnaround by Johnny. No good. Davis going to Bowers, and time goes off. No shot attempt, and the Rough Riders find them down after 3 quarters by 6 on American Legion scoreboard. We'll be right back to bring you the last 8 minutes right after this.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Mary's. Give them a call today. Established in 1953, R.J. Burke Insurance Agency has grown into a full-service insurance agency. Looking for auto insurance? R.J. Burke Insurance Agency has you covered. Commercial, business, farm, and home insurance? R.J. Burke Insurance Agency has you covered. Life, motorcycle, or watercraft insurance? R.J. Burke Insurance Agency has you covered. Give R.J. Burke Insurance Agency a call today at 419-394-3381 or stop in at 121 North Wayne Street in St. Mary's for a no-cost, no-obligation review of your current policy. R.J. Burke Insurance Agency in St. Mary's. They've got you covered.
Alrighty, back here at Grand Lake Health System Court where Austin Parks just took a charge. And MJ, I think that's the 3rd straight game I've seen him step up and take a charge.
That's just, most importantly, it's Justin Nixon's 4th foul.
Wow.
That's a huge.
That's significant.
Huge. He's really hurting us offensively.
So he has
getting him out of there.
He has half of Minster's points, and he didn't play the 2nd quarter except for about 29 seconds.
Big development. The Riders need to take advantage of this and make some hay with him out of the lineup.
But his brother has done a decent job working against Parks as Latre fires up a jump shot, no good. Chased down by Bowers. Good speed, good hands by Bowers. So offense productivity has been limited, and let's say because of great defense being demonstrated. Fortman's going to get called for a foul, trying to prevent Jace Turner from getting position on him.
St. Mary's will be in the bonus with the next Wildcat foul, although we've only made 6 out of 12 free throws on the night.
So we're 6 of 12 thus far on free throws, 1 of 7 from behind the arc. And Austin Parks puts that ball in. We are 8 of 14 from the field goal range. So it's been a little bit lackluster for the Rough Riders, but hopefully things will change. Nice pass by Schmidt to Johnny Nixon.
Great pick and roll. Well executed by the guard.
That was kind of off the dribble left-hand pass. Very, very impressive by Schmidt. Bowers picked his dribble up. He's in trouble. He's in no man's land. Coach Hagemeyer's going to call a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds as well.
Since 1981, Plus One Professionals has serviced St. Mary's and the surrounding area and are ready to meet your real estate needs. They know the real estate market and can help you. Whether you're moving in, moving out, or around the area, Plus One Professionals are ready and eager to help you sell or buy your new home. They operate with the highest level of professionalism, expertise, and honesty as they help make your real estate dream a reality. Call Plus One Professionals at 419-394-7402 in St. Mary's today.
All righty, Coach Hagemeyer had to burn that timeout due to picking up the dribble and thought that there's a good chance we were going to turn the ball over with a 5 count. Set the score on the American Legion scoreboard. St. Mary's 25, Minster 31, 6:20 to go. Backdoor cut just too high from Latre.
It was wide open.
It was wide, wide open. Timeout, St. Mary's has 2, Minster has 4 left. 6-point deficit for the Rough Riders. Minster without the services right now of Justin Nixon, who has 4 fouls. Good hand by Jace Turner.
They're a different team without Justin Nixon in the lineup.
There's another foul. Nope. Offensive foul. Jace Turner, nice job stepping up. No call. St. Mary's seeing what they can come up with offensively here. Parks inside. There's 2 people. Western Union gets credited with the turnover there. Schmidt driving inside, blocked by Turner.
Jace Turner. Nice help.
Williams attacking north-south, just as our statistician said she wanted us to, and puts it up and in off of the transition game for St. Mary's. 11 points for Latre Williams. Rough Riders down 4 points. Just about 5 minutes to go in this contest. Hand. Nice job, Latre Williams. I mentioned off broadcast, I would not want to have to take care of the ball against Latre Williams, and right there was a demonstration as to why.
He's as good an on-ball defender as we've had here in a long time.
I think my comment was he would make me look really silly.
Here he comes.
As he fires a 3-ball from the corner. 1-point deficit now for the Rough Riders. Latre Williams heating up here at Grand Lake Health System Court. Minster wants to take a timeout. We'll be back 30 seconds from now.
Midway Trailer Sales is your one-stop for all your trailer needs. Whether you're towing across town or across the country, let Midway Trailer Sales' 23 years of experience put the right trailer behind your vehicle. Midway Trailer Sales is dedicated to delivering the best products to their customers. Midway Trailer Sales, located at 14275 Glenwood, New Knoxville Road in St. Mary's. Stop in and see them or give them a call at 419-394-4408 today. Midway Trailer Sales in St. Mary's.
Alrighty, back here, Grand Lake Health System Court. Latre Williams, emphasis on Latre. He hits a big-time 3, cuts that Minster Wildcat lead to 1. Latre has both 3-pointers for the Riders. They are 2 of 8 from behind the arc, 6 of 12 from the free throw line, 8 of 14 in the 2-point range.
It's great to see your senior All-Western Buckeye League performer step up in the crunch time.
And speaking of stepping up, they wasted no time of getting Justin Nixon in as he's going to work against Turner. He struggled against Turner to put the ball in the basket.
In the second half, he struggled more scoring against Jace than he has against Austin.
St. Mary's looking to take the lead. Finds Parks underneath. Parks with a ball fake, puts it up and in. Assist Latre Williams. 14th point by Austin Parks. Williams still giving Schmidt fits. Under 4 minutes. Nixon calling for it.
I'd like to see some help here.
He got a little bit of help from behind by
I guess
Parks.
When you're 6'10", you don't need any help, Doug. What do I know?
But right there stepping in was Jace Turner as well. But Parks with the block from behind. St. Mary's 32-31. We said this was going to be a ball game. 2 very paralleled teams, and the score is reflective of that assessment. See what happens in the next 3 minutes, 15 seconds here at Grand Lake Health System Court. It looks like we've got a moving screen.
Braden Sullivan got called for an illegal screen, moving a little bit when he back screened for Austin Parks. I haven't seen that particular call called all game. I kind of hate to see that called with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Latre against Schmidt, gets it over to Justin Nixon. Holscher, skip pass, dangerous. Feeds inside to Nixon. Nixon's gone cold from right underneath the basket.
Big time rebound. Austin Parks rips it away from Justin Nixon.
Big time rip. Austin Parks, there's no moving screen there. Sullivan with a 3-ball short, but there's Davis with the offensive rebound.
Take your time.
St. Mary's up 1 point, 32-31.
Get the ball in the hands of your senior point guard. I'd let him handle the ball a lot here.
Gonna run a little bit of flex inside to Davis. St. Mary's doing a nice job working against this very tight defense by Minster. 32-31.
Boy, Minster has excellent on-ball defenders. They really move their feet well.
Latrey tried to do a little too much, splitting a couple defenders, turned the ball over at the 148 mark. Nice job by Sullivan, and
good.
Boy, I think that should go against Nixon. Oh my goodness.
Using his arm to clear out Braden Sullivan.
Sullivan went for the ball and got cleared away by Nixon, which would have been number 5.
Which is his 5th foul, which is a game changer.
Very interesting. And don't want to lose sight of this, even though it's a done deal. The free throw is no good, but the basket that was counted for Minster right at the end of the first half.
Justin Nixon mixed the free throw. Rasheed Wallace of the Pistons always said, the ball don't lie.
He does right. Reineke working against very pesky defense, stepping out there. Oh, nice entry pass to Turner. Turner up. No, but there's Davis for an offensive putback. No. It's finally tipped back, and Turner gets it. Get it back out. Get it to your point guard.
Get it to a try. Calm things down. What a fracas that was.
That's active hands and determination. There's a lot of eye of the tiger right there.
You got to be strong with the ball right here. There's a lot of hands, a lot of activity. The refs aren't going to call a lot, I don't think.
And that entry pass into Jace was probably the best entry pass that we've had. And St. Mary's turns the ball over. Just I was giving praise to Jace about the great entry pass. Got one tipped away as he's trying to find the Parks. St. Mary's holding on for 50 seconds with 1 point edge, 32-31. And Minster wants to take a timeout to talk strategy with 42 seconds to go. Wow, MJ, we said this is going to be a great one. It's going to be a great one all the way down to the wire, but we got to see what's going to happen after this timeout. We'll be right back after this.
Midnet Media is passionate about helping make their clients be successful. Marketing your business has never been more complicated than it is today. Websites, branding, search engines, social media, print email campaigns, and the list goes on and on. Midnet Media is a solution-oriented marketing agency with a passion for highlighting what makes your business distinctive. We provide marketing strategies that help tell your unique story. Call 419-628-1340 or check out their website at midnetmedia.com and let them help you tell your story.
Free throws.
All righty, back here at Grand Lake Health System Court. If you're just tuning in, it's not quite the thrill in Manila, but this is a nice back and forth, knockdown, drag out contest. Big men. Outside shooting has kind of gone cold for both teams. Turnovers, most importantly, St. Mary's with a 1 point lead. Minster has the ball with 42 ticks of the clock left. But Trey Williams not going to make anything easy for Eric Schmidt.
Both teams are in the bonus.
This has just been a fun game. Great if you love defense. This has been a great game to watch. Nice up and under with the left for Justin Nixon, his 17th point to take a 1 point lead. And Coach Hagemeyer wants to take a timeout to talk his strategy over with 22.6 seconds to go. We'll be right back.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and Fowler's TV would be great for anyone.
All righty. 22.6 seconds left. St. Mary's down 1. What's Coach Hagemeyer telling them?
I think he's going to tell them to be aggressive. I think they're going to run their set. They're going to try to get the first good shot. Here at home, I would like to get as many shots as possible, so I would go as quick as you could, get a good shot. If you miss it, you would foul, put them at the free throw line. Minster's only 1 for 6 at the free throw line so far tonight, so I would want a couple shots at this. I would definitely not wait till the end. I would get a shot early, give yourself a chance to rebound or foul if needed.
St. Mary's 6 of 12 at the free throw line. LaTrey Williams. Back door to Davis. Davis can't put a shot up, but he does control it. We're under 10 to get a timeout by Hagemeyer. 7.6 ticks of the clock left. We'll be back right after this.
Timeout, St. Mary's.
St. Mary's Eagles 767 is dedicated to promoting the general welfare of the citizens of St. Mary's by giving special attention to public improvements. They are also committed to helping meet the public needs and all that relates to the betterment, convenience, and comforts of the citizens of St. Mary's. For more information on how you can become a member, call 419-394-3257 or stop in during business hours at 404 East Spring Street in St. Mary's. St. Mary's Eagles, 767. People helping people.
Whew. We're back. 7.6 ticks of the clock here at Grand Lake Health System Court. MJ, this would be a raucous horseshoe if this wasn't COVID limitations.
Everybody
right
would
now.
be on their feet right now.
This would be electrified by, I don't know how many people can fit in here. 4,000 people? 2,000 people?
I wouldn't be surprised to see LaTrey Williams with the ball here, Doug. Possibly a ball screen for him. I also wouldn't be surprised to see a screen, maybe a double screen for Jaden Davis. He has a knack for hitting last-second shots. He's already done 2 of them this year in back-to-back games.
Marion Local and St. Henry. They go inside to Parks. Parks good to turn. He puts it up. No!
Foul. Get the foul. You're all right. Still all right.
So they isolated to Parks. Parks turned, hits the back iron, rebounded by Minster, fouled.
Can't complain about that shot.
You got the shot you're after.
Got a 5-foot jump hook by Parks. You'll take that any day of the week.
So Falk goes to the free throw line into bonus. He eyes it, nothing but net.
There was an elbow thrown there by Johnny Nixon that hit Parks in the face, and no call by the referee.
So Minster's up 2. Up 3, 3.7 seconds. LaTrey's got to get down there in a hurry. He's going to fire from half-court line, short. So the Minster Wildcats prevail here at Grand Lake Health System Court in an absolute defensive battle between 2 excellent teams here in Auglaize County. Minster increases their record to 16-4. St. Mary's is going to now fall to 13-4.
6th straight win for the Wildcats. They've now won 11 of their last 12. That breaks St. Mary's win streak of 6 straight.
It wasn't the high offensive productive night we thought we would probably see, but nonetheless we had a great basketball game that saw St. Mary's up 8-4 in the first quarter, but a strong second quarter for Minster without the presence of Justin Nixon because of foul trouble, but they put up 11 points to St. Mary's' 5, and St. Mary's finds themselves down 15-13 with a little bit of a questionable bucket right at the end of the half as to whether or not it was good or not, and it was ruled that it was good. The third quarter, we saw the most points by any team and that was 14 third quarter points for Minster, and St. Mary's had 10, so we see 29-23, and then Latrey Williams starts getting things
senior leader came alive and
lit
really
up
sparked
for
our
the Rough
offense.
Riders, and Minster was held to 6 points, and St. Mary's scores 9 points, but they end up short, 35-32. Got the look that they were after in an isolated entry pass to Austin Parks with about 5 seconds to go. Misses, go down to the free throw line. And Mr. Falk, who had a very impressive dunk in the first quarter, makes good on his 3 free throws and seals the deal for Coach McClurg and the Minster Wildcats. Statistically speaking, what do we have, MJ?
Well, scoring for tonight, looks like for Minster, they were led by their senior post, Justin Nixon, with 17 points. Zach Fortman came off the bench for a surprising 7 points. He usually is not a very high scorer. Brian Falk had 4, Brady Holscher 3, Johnny Nixon 4. So really low-scoring output by all of the players except Justin Nixon, who carried the load with 17 points. For St. Mary's, of their 32 points, Latrey Williams had 14 and Austin Parks had 14. So there's 28 of the 32 in 2 players. Jaden Davis had 2, Gavin Reineke had 2. So you can see we just didn't have enough contributions from other people to enable us to pull off the victory. From a 2-point line, St. Mary's shot 52%. Oops. It just lost the iPad. That's the end of the stats. The iPad just took off.
And Derek J's not here. He's our IT guy.
You got 2 50-year-olds trying to operate an iPad here. This is not going to end well. Next, looking at the upcoming schedule for the Riders, their next game's this Friday. They're at Salina, who's 4-12 on the season. Kind of an interesting side note on that rivalry game. Salina is coached by a boys basketball Hall of Famer, newly installed Hall of Famer Adam Johns, who's in his first year at Salina. They're a very young team and are struggling with a 4-12 record. So Friday, St. Mary's will be at Salina. Saturday, St. Mary's will visit Fort Laramie, who's a very good basketball team, 13-6 overall. Always a very competitive Division IV team. Interesting side note on that game, Dan Hegemeyer returns to coach at Fort Laramie. He did coach against Laramie at New Knoxville, but this is the first time he's actually coached a game against Laramie at Laramie. Dan Hegemeyer coached 16 seasons at Laramie, winning 298 games and 2 state titles. So it'd be very interesting to see the reception that Dan gets returning home to a place where he was a coaching legend.
Yes.
Then in 2 weeks, we wrap up Western Buckeye League play with the Defiance Bulldogs, who we are tied with in 3rd place at 11-7.
All righty, and as MJ mentioned on the Hall of Fame, we have a nice conversation and illustration of the Hall of Fame board. If you go to the Bath game, which was last night's game, and you hit the 40-minute mark of that contest, if you don't want to rewatch it all, go to the 40-minute mark, and Joe Hurlbert and Mike J talk about the creation of the Boys Hall of Fame. Going back to 1951 is our first
inductees, 1951,
inductee, all the way to the most recent, which is Derek J, I believe.
In 2017.
In 2017. And we've never had a Hall of Fame before, so at some point in time, all of them will be inducted and as the first class. Well, we knew it was going to be a fantastic game down to the end. It's what we witnessed. Unfortunately, the Rough Riders came up short, but this is good preparation as we're getting ready for tournament time.
Yeah, that game can play dividends for St. Mary's in the future. I think that's easily a district championship to regional level tournament game in the way it was contested. That can only make us better. Hopefully we can clean things up a little bit with our passing and shooting from the perimeter, get a little more contributions from other people. But a good game, although a loss, a good game for St. Mary's, preparing them for the upcoming tournament.
Absolutely. We'll be back here Thursday for girls basketball. They take on the Salina Bulldogs. For Ross Henshin, Joe Hurlbert, Rich Spencer, Mike J., Kelly J., I'm Doug Spencer. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a good night.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.